Warriors. In fact, borders will open a little more unlimited next month. Not the case just yet, in a while before they get back to Mount Smart Stadium. The big men are up front. They're back on deck.
Yeah, they're two front rows, Adam Fanua-Blake and Matthew Lodge. They'll have to lead this team forward. On the back of that, then obviously their fullback and their halves can jump on the back of it. Ash Taylor, his debut for the Warriors up against his old club that he was at since 2016. You forget what a player Ash Taylor could be. In 2016, he was Dally M Rookie of the Year. He's had some lean times, but he's definitely a footballer, and hopefully today is the start of another chapter in his career.
Must feel very odd that his first game for the Warriors is here on the Gold Coast, where he spent the last 6 seasons. And now for the Gold Coast. Good, but didn't get the job done against Parramatta in front of home fans. Their record hasn't been flash, it must be said, at Cbus Super Stadium. If they want to be a consistent team in finals contention year in, year out, they have to have a good home record. They made it last year, even though they were a little dusty in that department.
And that man on screen, AJ Brimson, mostly played at the NRL at fullback. A lot of his junior football was played in the half, so it'd be really interesting to see how he goes today. And that man, what an exciting player he is. Give him the football, anything can happen. Defensively, he's worked really hard in the off-season with his coach and his team to make sure he gets his numbers right, especially on try-line defence. He's not a big man, but he'll put his body in front.
So 2 of those key positions in the spine. You're talking Jaden Campbell, just his 9th game of first grade. Toby Sexton, just his 6th game in the top grade. But some great potential there. But you do have to let them grow, let them become first graders.
Yeah, you're going to have some ups and downs.
Sunny afternoon on the Gold Coast. Super Saturday on Fox League. What about the hang time on the kick? He's going to come down. And Fodawaker takes the first run of the day. It's another big afternoon and night right here on Fox League. So get yourself nice and comfortable. The launch some weight. Kelly on this run. He's outside the 10.
Get up now!
Blake there and Curran up in the line. This time the skipper, Big Tino, in defence again.
Hold!
This is a really keen tussle on paper, the 2 forward packs today. Brimson, what a good sign this is. First run, Brimson. Oh, try and stop them. No, you will not. Bo Firma. Well, AJ Brimson is back in big, bold print. It's a neon light. It'll light up all of the Gold Coast tonight.
Can you believe it? His first touch. He's been out for a while. He's back into first grade and he's playing 5'8". He gets the ball, just burns someone on the inside shoulder then, and we know about his speed. And then his back rower, as he always does, Burmore supports. Plenty of tight players around there in support, but he didn't need them.
That is stunning. This is a truly stunning moment. You're talking superstar qualities. Watch this and enjoy it.
Speed. You just can't beat it, and Brimson's got plenty of that. He's got good awareness and a fantastic start for the Gold Coast Titans. The Warriors haven't started well, but it's not really what the Warriors did, it was how good the Titans were.
Yeah, and we talk about, you mentioned there, plenty of Titan players in support. AJ Brimson is an Origin player. When we go for Origin moments, you look at how many players are in the frame. They're all pushing up the Titans. They all wanted a piece of it. And Firma was good enough to get there, but that is a truly stunning start to the game from this super player, AJ Brimson.
Perfect conditions for this type of game. The Gold Coast Titans love to move the football. They've got fast players, and they scored a try in their first set.
First NRL game since round 22 last year for Brimson. Now Toby Sexton, he's averaging 9 points a game in his fledgling NRL career. That'll be a handy haul again today. 6-0 start to the Gold Coast. Corey Parker stood up and applauded as AJ Brimson made that break. Good afternoon, Corey.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Yes, we see AJ Brimson in just his first touch of the game come off the left foot. Poor defence from Eli Katoa going sideways in opening minutes of this game, but what a start for Bo Fillmore and the Gold Coast Titans, able to come up with points. And you're spot on, Flano. The conditions are absolutely perfect. 27 degrees. Both teams love to play an expensive style of football, and the surface is tip-top, ready to go for a fast game. Should be very entertaining.
Exhale from Holbrook was interesting. That's a way to start a game. You'd like to take that start around with you right across the 2022 season. 44-0 the last time they met, round 25 last year, and Titans have just picked up where they left off. Their highest ever score, equal highest and biggest ever win.
It's interesting when you score early in the game. Obviously, the side that scores, okay, let's put that in the bank and don't worry about it and start again. Defensively, okay, what have we got to do to make sure we get back in this game? We can't let them score again. We need to be the next side to score. So the mindset is hard.
Now, Sexton linking up with Fodawaker. Fastest try for the Titans at 55 seconds. We've got that at 46. There we go. Talking about personal bests. And the Titans, that ball is out of the full. Well, there you go. They've gone from the penthouse to the nowhere in quick time. Poor old Toby put it out on the full. That is a momentum killer there.
And this is one of the things that a young side, you know, especially a young half in first grade, just tried to bite off a little bit too much. He had his winger back and the fullback in that position. He just needs to find the ground, make the Warriors come off their try line and put them under pressure again. Now he's let them off the hook.
My feeling, there's a lot of points today. If the Warriors get going early here, I'm going to stand by my prediction. Curran with that hit up, they're certainly in good position here to make a statement. A swift reply, if you like. The ball with Fanua Blake. That is the 20-metre line. You can see the red stripe. Now for Egan. And then they're held up by Harris to Vita. Well, they've got it wrong there. That's all it is. Walsh gets up for Vita, a little hug.
No, not on fair play, mate.
But still, it could have been far worse
Dave,
for the Titans,
report,
and it is on report. That's all they're going to do with referee
please.
Adam G.
Yeah, mate.
So, reload. Titans, 10 metres out from the line. There's Lodge. Back from suspension for Suamalawi there. Quick play the ball. Egan, Harris to Vita. Walsh showing us a step just like Brimson. Isn't there some talent on show here? Now Egan, a try scorer last week, set restart. First of the day, ruck infringement. Reboot again on the centre six for the Warriors. Egan, along with Curran. Taylor just goes short with a little stuttering step. And so far so good, the Titans defence. Egan, whoa, where's that going? Nowhere. Patrick, that's one of the wildest dummy half passes I've ever seen with a side on the attack.
And I think the Warriors fancy themselves down their left edge. The Warriors right, the Titans right, sorry. They went 3 times down there and only once to the other side. Got to be better out of dummy half. He had his middle forwards leading up for him in really good field position. And the ball goes to ground with the Titans picking up and now in attack. Coming out of the yard.
Oh, that's well, not quite calamity status, but not a good feeling for the Warriors to be pressuring the line, turn the ball over, now concede penalty. Just check the Fafita high tackle here on Walsh. It is a... I'm glad it wasn't me. I don't want to be slapped across the face by Dave Fafita.
Yeah, it's clumsy, and that's the speed of Walsh getting to the outside, threatening Fafita to burn him. And he come up, just hung his arm out and did hit him in the head.
So that's one for the match review committee. Liu, in his second game as a Titan. These two sides were due to play the second week of the trials, of course, and that was washed out twice. Fafita to play it just like that. The goal goes to 30 metres away from the line. Fodawaker. Front rower on front rower. It is one of the features of this game. The clash of the starting front rowers. Liu, Fodawaker, Lodge and Fanua Blake. Sexton ran into the clutches there. Katoa. But a quick play the ball. They go short side. Brimson again. Little Kent hasn't got it back. It is all over the place, that ball on the deck.
First one, Titans.
There you go, Titans have knocked on first.
Shot clock on, little scrum.
Yeah, nice little kick. He just couldn't thread the needle properly, but he turns the football over in good field position. He attacks the line. He's got speed. He's got a short kicking game. He just couldn't get it right there, but he's going to have plenty more opportunities as this game unfolds.
Okay, guys, let's get our 6.
You've only been watching him here for 7.5 minutes, and I know the Titans have signed some very good players over the last few seasons, but just one they already had in their ranks that I believe is their
second row shot clock off.
most
Dave,
influential, important player.
Wait for the break call.
Vita does great work. Tino's fantastic. And Brimson, he's the eye catcher.
And I wonder, Jaden Campbell, did they expect Jaden to come up so quickly into NRL? As soon as he's on his debut, he showed us what class he had, and since that point, he hasn't looked backwards. So, he's probably pushed him into that position as well.
Warriors making a good fist of bringing the ball out of trouble. Rocco Berry, there's another relative rookie when it comes to first grade that we're seeing in the respective backlines today. Berry's in only his 10th game. Egan to the right side for Noah Blake. Again, front rower up on front rower. Fodawaker was the first in, loving this early. Now Taylor with a kick. Campbell is underneath it. Able to get to it. The defenders in front. Then taking off. Last time they met, 230 running metres from Campbell, 8 tackle busts, and a try double. So look out, Warriors.
You've got to make sure you've got that kick chase right on Jaden Campbell. If you don't get it right, you'll find the step in your line, and then all of a sudden you'll be defending on the 50 line and play one.
Here's Clark, and then good contact from Katoa. Every centimetre there.
Go for it, Josh, come on.
Wilson, Fasil Malawi. Good serve with the referee telling Josh Curran to work to get onside there.
Not late. Isaac.
Now back for Sexton, kicking from just inside his own half. Back through the Warriors today is Walsh, Pompey, and Montoya.
Patrick off the arm. Jimmy here, Isaac.
Montoya it is with the run back here. And Pompey will be ready to take the next one.
Jimmy, hold,
Both teams are starting to feel the groove now with the game and starting to, I suppose, open up for different players. But you mentioned about the battle up front between Adam Fanua-Bloke and Lodge and those sorts. But what about the matchup we've got out fullback? Here's Curran now pokes his nose through between Campbell and Walsh, two of the game's superstars.
Corey Parker sideline duties today. Fanua-Blake along with Taylor on for Katoa. Bo Firma was there. In fact, the two that combined for the try were in the tackle there on the man who missed the tackle. It was Brimson and Firma. So solicitors. Here is Campbell underneath it, and he'll be driven back. Played well. Desi Arthur's up there on his Warriors debut here. Campbell, that was the perfectly weighted kick.
Yeah, it was exactly in the right spot, but Arthur's timed his contact on the fullback to the millimetre. Just got there, watched the football. As he caught it, he got underneath him, wouldn't let him get to the ground, and then decided to repeat set.
Line drop out to the Gold Coast. Arthurs, who made his debut with the Titans in 2019. With the Broncos in between. Now a Warrior. Kick on the bounce. It's not good for front row. We need someone else to worry about the penalty ball and then set up the run. Good offload. Oh, Lodge offload was fine. And Walsh snatched at it and lost it.
Shot clock on.
Well, Big Lodge said, well, if you're not going to catch the kickoff, you carry the football, you 1 in 6. And they've come up with an error. They weren't expecting it on the kick return, but they should have caught that on the full. And as Lodge gets in there, good strong run, gets his arm free. Walsh just wasn't expecting the offload on tackle 1.
Eyes were up, certainly. Had no eye contact with the ball there as it reached the hands. What a let-off.
And this is where I feel the Titans let themselves down. The same thing happened last week against the Dragons. They even kicked on tackle 2 coming out of trouble, and the Dragons got possession and scored a try later. They just got to put the side under consistent pressure, back-to-back sets, and they failed to do that week after week.
Tackle there, Arthur's on Campbell. Some elusive running from Phillips. Started the year with a try double last week. Did the Gutharina as well. I don't know what he can do the Warriors today. Fasil Malawi delivers short for Liu.
You win no more! Wait here.
There's a bit of offloading ability in both teams here. Sexton turned inside, and
Josh, let him
Egan
up.
was having none of that.
Hold.
Now Clark. Fasil Malawi with it. 20 metres away from the Warriors line. They lead 6-0, the home team.
Hold. Hold.
Last play it is. Clark to Brimson. To kick this time right up to the line. Robert Kent Walsh was falling. It ended up a good take.
Here it is, Matt.
But it must have been hot in mouth when he was starting to slide.
Josh.
Buffers will bring it back for the Warriors. 12 and a half minutes in.
Big Tino's carried the ball so many times so far in this game. He's looking for a big game and making a big impact early with his carries, his pre-line passing.
There's Aitken on the run. Now permanently in the back row. It's time for Noah Blake. Beautiful footwork. Look at Fanua Blake. Rumble downfield. That's a magnificent run from the front rower. Don't know whether he got his foot to play the ball. Walsh takes off. Kept the line. Berry does the same. Montoya back to Berry. Scintillating from the Warriors. Last tackle. But there's a glimpse of where this game on a Super Saturday can go.
Cody, go.
Yeah, Fanua Blake, their front row and their leader, carries the football out of trouble. He's got great late footwork. He's a big man. He's got leg speed. Gets his nose through the line. Just couldn't find a pass. But I thought the Warriors did a good thing. Not push the pass, turn the ball over in the corner. And unfortunately now they come up with a penalty and just gift the Gold Coast Titans field position.
Recently played the ball at Fanua Blake, and that is why Walsh then reacted on the speed of the play the ball, just to dart off short side.
Well, there's so many good front rowers in our competition. We talk about James Fisher-Harris and Payne Haas. Well, Fanua Blake, in my eyes anyway, he's in the top 3 or 4 front rowers in the competition. Such a big mobile guy. Got a terrific sleight of hand. We saw last week up against the Dragons, had a very similar run, split them open, line break for 50-odd metres. He's doing so again here for his team.
Yeah, Corey, that was off the kickoff, and he caused them all sorts of trouble last week, and he started in exactly the same frame today. So look out for him to continue that. He can play big minutes back to that.
And now it's the chance for the Titans. Better than a chance. Greg will not stop at a stop sign. Greg Marshall has scored for the Titans. He's a unit. Greg Marshall, you get him with a full head of steam up. How are you going to stop him? He's got it. There's another one with enormous potential.
And Bossy, this all comes on the back of a poor, lazy, sloppy tackle back down on the 40-metre line. And he just gets on the outside of his man there. And he, as you said, he is a unit. He's big and he's strong and he's powerful. He gets his fend out on his opposition number. No chance of getting close to him. Fends him off and then brings it around 10 or so metres. Once again, the Titans just after an error from the Warriors, they've just gone down the field and get easy points.
That is some fend on your opposite winger. And then the smile broke out. And he thought, I'll just temper this. It's early in the game. 7 tries, 10 matches. Greg Marshall and those that have followed his progress in rugby league thought that his entry to the NRL was well overdue by the time it rolled around last year. I don't know whether he'll be going back down, to be honest. Scored a try on debut last year against the Storm. That was round 13. He's shown us he's a tackle buster. He's good for anywhere between 160 and 230 metres a game. Why didn't I put him in my super coach side? I'm just trying to work that out. Greg Marshall. Toby Sexton for 12-0. Warriors will want to be the next to score here. Sexton 2 from 2. Titans showing us they have a lot of points in them. They will feature, as will all 16 teams in the Magic Round in Brisbane, as we watch this try again. Just watch the fend. Bang, down goes Montoya. Marju is away. I don't think Walsh was going to stop him from there. But Magic Round will come around quick enough in May. Epic 3-day festival of football and entertainment. Every premiership match of round 10 to be played at Suncorp Stadium. And of course, every match you'll see right here on Fox League, but you can secure a 3 or a 1-day pass at nrl.com/tickets. May 13 to 15. It's going to be something special, I'm sure. Brimson starts us off again, and Liu to return. 12-0 scoreline. Titans, who last week racked up 28 points in defeat against Parramatta. Fodawaker, hit and spin, and hit Moko Berry over the top. Sexton, nice tackle there from Curran. Herbert, good marker defence. Aitken couldn't prevent the offload. This is starting to look bright and breezy from the Titans. Saturday afternoon, dry track, and they are taking full advantage here. And halfway.
Don't change, Isaac.
Back for Sexton. It's time to kick, but he's got another off the side of the boot. Toby Sexton doesn't go out on the full. Montoya's legs weren't a little longer than that.
Yeah, Nathan Brown would have spoke to his players about the Titans' willingness to pass the ball in their 20, predominantly to their left-hand side. They've gone length of the field numerous times last year, and I think they scored one earlier this year, just shifting in yardage to the left-hand side of the field. On that occasion, just a few little short offloads got him up to the 50 for a real positive kick. Unfortunately, come off the side of his boot. If he gets that right and pins him into the corner, it could be a long afternoon for the Warriors.
Walsh had to drop that ball again. Tackles up for the Warriors here. On the run, Harris to Vita. And Campbell underneath it again, and he cops the treatment from the kicker. But safe work from the Titans, number 1.
20 minutes into the game, both sides slow to get back behind the ball, slow to get their forwards in position. But this is what I'm talking about. The Titans in yard.
Dero me, Sami must have got a call there. He had just put it into the bread basket of Pompey. It was the easiest intercept you'll ever get. And from inside the 20 as well.
There's a bit of risk to it, but they've been good at it in previous games, not on that occasion.
Egan, Taylor, nice turn, and Walsh sandwiched between defenders there. Brimson was the man low. Now Egan, dummy, looking for another try. Well, he's done it. He's got back-to-back tries to start the year. Wade Egan, old-fashioned hooker at dummy half try. Burrow like a one-to-one Burrow. He certainly got low.
Well, those hookers, they don't care how far they are, how far they've got to run to score a try.
The old hooker here, Shane Flanagan, proud.
In the record books, it goes down to a try. It might be 10 metres out in a couple of years, but what he did was really smart here, that he found the fullback in the defensive line, showed to the left, came back, found the opposition fullback, and as I said, he's only a small frame, Campbell, but Egan finds him, he's aggressive at it, goes straight past him and gets the ball down. Smart football.
Titans tries have had, many metres passed and exciting and elaborate. It's worth the same. What Egan just did there, it's worth the same.
And Bossy, you picked it before. It was Titans coming out in yardage, willingness to shift the football to the left, and they came up with the intercept and handed the football over in really good field position. And in the modern game, you just can't turn the ball over without getting to a kick.
While all this was going on, Matt Lodge went off to the field and, well, I'll just call it as I saw it. He just threw up on the sideline. He's not 100%. Matt Lodge.
Yeah, I can confirm that, Bossy. He had bacon, eggs, he had a bit of fruit.
I wasn't going to go there, but you had to go there.
He's right in front of me, right in front of me.
So he got, well, Corey, we'll tell the story more. He got a centimetre over the sideline.
Yes.
I cannot hold on. I cannot hold on to it any longer.
No, that's correct. He hasn't played footy in a while. It's a helter-skelter. It's nice and hot here at Seabus Stadium, and he might have just felt the pinch. Bunty Afala has gone in his since he's been interchanged.
Sorry, can you get a bucket of salt?
It's like a divot.
So there is Walsh with the kick. Got his rhythm. 12 points to 6. Titans over the Warriors. 3 tries already in the quarter. Well,
there it is. Yep, bacon, eggs, fruit, all sorts. Poor old Lodgy. But it's a real concern, isn't it, for the Gold Coast Titans? We speak about how glowing their attack is, and rightly so. But defensively, certainly been an area. I spoke to AJ Brimson before the game that they want to work on. They wanted to continue to work on last week. Whilst they gave the Parramatta Eels a good run, they still had 28 points, or 32 rather, scored against them. And it's an area that we know that the Gold Coast Titans want to get better at. As we see, I think we've gone to a drinks break here, Vossi.
Yeah, drinks break. Close enough to the 20th minute. So in place today, round 2 of the NRL. Just while I got a chance, Shane, these two sides I mentioned earlier were due to play a second trial. Just missing that trial, how much of a setback would that have been?
Yeah, they would have had to change their whole approach to those last 2 weeks of their leading into the competition. As we see this break here, this was just a one-off situation. It had nothing to do with fatigue. Really smart football from Brimson. Rips the inside shoulder off and forward, coming off the line sideways. And then we just go here, an early ball to his outside man, winger with speed, size, fantastic defend, gets on the outside of his man. And the Warriors just couldn't go with him early, and they got off to a really good start. But once again, the Titans didn't respect the football. They get it, they turn it over in their end. Really smart play from the hooker. He scored a really good try last week against the Dragons as well. So smart play, field position. And that's the difference with young fullbacks. You know, I see these two fullbacks for these two clubs. You look at the Tedescos and so on, you know, the top of the game. They are good defenders on their try line. You can't isolate them and you can't spot them up. And that's what happens with these two players here. Would have been spoken about in their preview, both clubs previewed. If you find that fullback in the try line, whether you're a front rower or a hooker and you can get to him, you get to him.
Mr. Holbrook has been quoted in the past that sometimes it feels like he's coaching an under-20 side, such as they can be on and then off and not stay at that right intensity. So after the drinks break, we're back underway. Titans 12, Warriors 6. Rugby of Warriors on after this rugby.
Together, Titans! Tino here. Got one.
Blake has made a very impressive start to the match. Numbers are good. Offload, line break. Aiken with it. So Boyd by their first points of the day.
Square.
Dazzling work of the Titans early. Can be really wiped away. Egan's having an afternoon out on the Gold Coast.
Tino, let go now. Give 10, Jaden, give 10.
But Aiken was called offside and played no part. Here's Walsh, kick and chase. Campbell gets across, and Campbell. He was thinking, I'm going to go out here, but ends up line drop out. Boy, Wade Egan embarrassing the Titans defence there.
Yeah, great start. It's just from the drinks break. Had a bit of time, got some quick play the balls, some sloppy marker play there. And he's fast, Egan, out of dummy half. If you're backpedaling, you don't give him the respect that he deserves, he's going to cut you to pieces. A really good kick at the end of it. Great start after the drink break.
I think you highlighted the stat last week about the Warriors. 6 times they've come back from double-digit deficits since 2020, and that's the best in the league. So their fans know they've been there before, and a big shout-out to all the Warriors fans watching across New Zealand this afternoon. We hope your side is home soon for a game at Mount Smart Stadium. Egan. It's a very good short pass there for Blake, was almost through. I think they're going to send him trying him. Coming up very shortly, Curran. Taylor dumps it off. Afoe with the ball, centre field. Then straight on to Harris to Vida. Strong and gets the ball down eventually. And referee Adam G will lock it in. The Warriors show us some real fight here.
Yeah, it was really good play. The lead-up play to it was Adam Fanua-Blake again. A nice little short ball. He gets his feet, he nose through the line. They come back to the right again. And Ash Taylor turns the big fella under. He skips across the line, finds his 5'8", and he's big enough and strong enough. He took a while to get it down, but the referee believes he got it down in time.
Gee, there's a miss here from David Fafita on Harris Tavita. It wasn't footwork that beat him. He just total grab. It was turnstile stuff from David. He'll be embarrassed by it. How long is too long? But he gets it down there. You're watching that in slow-mo, of course. be the #1 card carrier in the Chanel Harris-Davida fan club, but I think he's great for this club. I'd like to think that he plays nowhere else in his NRL career, and I just hope that he gets an injury-free run.
He was a great junior. I saw him a lot in the 20s, and they were really successful when it was the national 20s competition. He led that side around, and he got his opportunity in first grade a few years ago, and he showed glimpses of being a superstar. As he found his right position, he's been at fullback, he's been at halfback. Maybe the dynamics of the club has changed, obviously, with this young fella now kicking the goal.
Oh, we've got to check this now.
Under review, guys. Potential lost ball.
Okay, lost ball. I was going to say that you couldn't send it to the bunker to say that he was held, because that's the referee's jurisdiction. The bunker can't make a ruling on he's held too long, but has he
just
lost
looking to see
the ball?
whether Chanel Harris-Davida grounds the ball and maintains possession.
Getting it down.
At the moment, the ball is still up. It is still up.
Held there.
It is still
They're
up.
allowed to play at the ball. You're allowed to strip
Still
in
up
goal.
at this stage. He has possession.
Oh, hang on a second.
His right hand has now come off the ball, and it has now made contact with the Gold Coast player.
He's never released this. It's gone.
20-metre.
Making it hard to score tries these days, Bossy. I feel that he still had control of the ball, even though his hand came off it. He still had control with his forearm. Anyway, it's going to be no try.
As he's tried to ground it, he's lost possession, mate. And it's hit a Titans player. It's been reviewed. 20-metre tap. Adam.
Yeah,
It's a tap.
I think hard done by, but
Wait,
we will live with it. It went through the process. It is 12-6. Titans come back with the ball, and David Fafita, surely at least that he will be very relevant.
Yeah, absolutely. Breathing a sigh of relief there, Dave Fafita. That's a tough call, as you mentioned, guys, but that's the evolution as we see it drop balls. The footy karma fairies might have come towards the Warriors, but that's the evolution of Dave Fafita's game. He just failed to tie in on his assignment on the defensive line there, and in turning, got the player across the line. They didn't come up with a try, but it certainly should have been.
I get told, guys.
So first of all, Adam Fanua-Blake, Margie wanted to challenge, but he's not the captain. He's got to go through the cabinet, and Adam Fanua-Blake, the opposite captain.
On-field decision is a ball plant to start with, and then you lose possession in the ruck.
They've eventually challenged. They must have got in there before the 10 seconds.
Just wait, mate.
But
They let
Adam
me know
had
10 seconds. I just got
absolute
this.
disdain for a winger even contemplating a challenge.
Greg, I think. Greg.
Greg Marju has planted the ball while his hand is still on the ground. He has then lost possession in attempting to play the ball. The challenge is unsuccessful.
There's Brandy.
Unsuccessful, okay? Because
Absolute no-no.
Adam, let me explain.
We put the ball on the
Not the
foot
last week,
last
he's ball planted, then he hasn't got to his feet properly and lost possession in the play the ball. Unsuccessful, guys.
And what
Warriors' feet.
Tino was arguing there was that controversy in the Parramatta game about the ball on the leg and all the red, but you know,
As a
Come
footy
back, guys,
player,
come back a bit,
you
please.
understand when you've
Isaac,
gained
bring
the
him
right
up.
to play the ball quickly, you poke your nose through, you've got
Okay, here
one-on-one.
goes. Down we go.
You've got a good feel for it. In that occasion,
Arms
there's 2 or
around.
3 people all around the play ball, and he can earn the right to get a quick
Can you
play.
go?
So he's got to
Hold
have
in,
attention
hold
to
in.
detail to make sure he just gets one.
well, the scrum's falling apart, and Walsh
6 more.
has the ball. They're offside from the scrum, so
Hold in.
the Warriors with it.
0.
Egan, Harris-Davida, they're determined to get one back here. The Warriors having been denied a try by the bunker. Buried his way to keep it in field.
Give 10 up
But
square.
doing even better is Jamin Joff. You get into a loose ball on the ground. That is a... Talk about your 1%ers. That's a 1%er that's worth about 100.
Bossy. That's the Warriors all over. They just get good field position and they get thrown over the touchline on an early tackle. Build pressure, fatigue the opposition, and now they give a penalty away.
And you want to go back and coach. And you want to coach, Corey.
Oh, I've still got all my hair.
It's changed colour.
Yeah. Hold in.
Under that cap.
Go.
That's Herbert. Sexton. And now for Jolliffe. Don't take
Josh, square now, Butchie.
Yeah, there was ample opportunity for a Warrior to get to the loose ball. It didn't have to be a turnover. Now Campbell, Brimson. Oh no. Oh, Brimson went down
Stay
quickly.
now.
He's
Go to.
He's okay. That's right there, the way the head went down. There was a bit of body language about it. He submitted in the tackle.
Bunty now!
Jamie Jolliffe, he was at the Sharks. He played all his junior football in Street Ball in the Jersey Flag. Played with Newtown, the Mighty Jets, and then packed his bags and moved up to Gold Coast for a training trial. Look where he is now, secured a contract until in the 17 week after week.
Absolutely. Success story. Sexton. Fafita. Passes long. Here goes Marju again. Greg again. You can't put a stop sign up in front of Greg. He just goes straight through it and scores for the Titans. He's some player, Greg Marju.
He can carry the ball in yardage, and now this afternoon we're seeing how he can carry the ball in the opposition 20. 2 opportunities. Some nice ball moving across the line here. A show, we play out the back, and there's a pass here from Fafita. That's world class. And once again, just a little bit of a jink. Made his opposition fullback think about, is he going back into the inside shoulder, and then just takes him on the out. And he's too big and powerful, and contact around his legs, and you're not going to stop him that close to the try line.
He has a try double. Philip Sami got the 2 tries last week. Brian Kelly got the 2 tries. Today, Marju has 2 tries. He's not running around there. He's just going to go over the top if you want to get in front of him. He did the little shimmy, but he was going to run over.
Yeah, he's a powerful athlete. And this all goes back to that error back, on tackle 2 where they get thrown over the sideline, and Jolliffe obtains possession for the Titans. They go upfield, they give a penalty away, they go upfield. You just can't do it in one football, especially against a side like the Gold Coast Titans that have got some exciting halves, exciting fullback, and an edge back rower in Fafita that finds a 20-metre pass to his winger in space to go down that edge.
22 points in 26.5 minutes at Cbus Super Stadium. He's got a pretty good conversion rate from wide out, Toby Sexton, as well. He's an accomplished kicker. We're looking settled at 7-6 today. And there is the kick across the face, of course, after the build-up. So 16 points to 6, Corey on the sideline.
Yeah, not too much thinking has to go on in Greg Marju's head other than run as hard as you can and spare a thought for Reece Walsh and the fullback role with Marju. 106 kilos running down the field that you're trying to stop that. That's the first one. Nice little fend there on Montoya. And once again, Montoya caught infield a long way before Fafita comes up with a perfect pass. And then he hits the afterburners straight over Walsh. Terrific start in this game for Marju. But as you mentioned, Vossi, why have you not got him in your KFC Super Coach team?
Mr. Ambassador, I apologise. An oversight from my Centre of Excellence looking after my Super Coach side. I reckon I sort of smirked them. The fans are great. That's a great sign. Trust and Justin back at home. That's a great sign. I saw a little smile from Justin when he realised the sign came up on the big screen. He thought that was nice. Thank you for the endorsement.
Thanks, Mum and Dad.
Is that right? A bit of effort's gone into that sign. Here's Fafita. He's beaten 2. Now Clark. You can do that on the back of a Fafita run, get another 10 metres just like that. 13 to go, first half. First game of Super Saturday of the NRL club. A good day for the Titans so far for the club. Sexton bombs from 41 metres out. Walsh is underneath it, gets protection from Montoya. Ben Herbert. What's Patrick doing there? Just bring a few sweet nothings to Reece. In the eyes that got him.
That's an excellent set from the Gold Coast Titan after points. They get to the opposition 60-metre line and then put a nice little kick into the corner. That's what the Warriors haven't been willing to do. Just put the ball under their arm, get good field position, kick into corners.
Superb first stint for Adam Fanua-Blake. 7 runs, 73 run metres, 2 tackle breaks. On comes Aaron Penney.
Former Storm player out there. Penney. Bench to Dave Tafanga for Penne and Siren for the Warriors. Warriors kick in this one. Let's see how Marju goes over the high ball. He's steady. And off he goes. Well, he is racking up some points now. He's beaten 4 in this run. Marju star in the first half. Somebody wants a piece of the action.
Very interesting the way he carried the football there, Marju. He had a right arm fend there as well as a left, so he could play on the other side of the field.
Firma is through. Brimson support. Oh, try saver from Walsh. Brimson had support. Now they're on a roll. Kelly. Good hands Campbell, not good hands Campbell. As he was crunched by Aitken, he loses the ball. Turnover from both teams this afternoon, frustrating their fans. Yet another line break from the Gold Coast.
It was terrific vision down this left-hand side from Firma, back onside to AJ Brimson. Ash Taylor had actually reeled out of the tackle and was unable to get back to the defensive line before they come up with a much-needed play there from Ewan Aitken. Lets the Warriors have a little sigh of relief.
And Corey, you've played in a lot of good football teams that just grind away, get into a good field position and wear the opposition down. I just get the feel that the Warriors just don't want to go in long phases of arm wrestles. They just want cheap points, and they're not willing, especially at the moment, just to go in those big long blocks of a contest.
Yeah, you're spot on, and that's the challenge, isn't it? That's the mindset you need to go into a game with. You need to think about the long game. You need to get through your sets early, kick long, back your defensive-ness to come through. And then on the back of that, you'd be really surprised about the open spaces that really start to pick up, particularly when players start to get fatigued. But you're spot on. It has been a bit of a concern for the Warriors over recent years, and we'll see Herbert get stuck in defensively.
He's the Terminator, Patrick Herbert. We saw that in the All-Stars game earlier this year. 7 line breaks so far in 30 minutes of play. 4 from the Titans, 3 from the Warriors. Both teams completing at just over 70%. Some unforced errors as well thrown in there. Back for Walsh, left foot. Bit of height on this kick. Campbell's got time. He's there with it. And goes to Vanga. On the field, leads the kick chase there. 10 points the margin, and now Sami with it.
Together now, Bunty, step.
Sharks will be second up. This is the Herbert tackle. Look at that. Here's our man again. He'll move this Greg Marju. Corey will have to add up the points. They'll have to pass on. KFC Supercoach points today. And Greg Marju, a couple of tries and tackle busting, and the metres made. The full package here. Quick hands, Firma, and got the head as Kelly got it. Out of the fingertips of Jolliffe. Away goes the former Newtown Jet.
Last one, Bunty.
Inside the 30 of the Warriors. Clark now, Sexton, Campbell, doesn't fight for Fafita. You had to fight for Fafita.
Yeah, he was beckoning for the ball. He was screaming for it, David Fafita, out here on the right-hand side. He had some time, he had space, he just didn't get the ball.
He's still sucking in the big ones after the Herbert hit.
Well, Jaden Campbell just couldn't get on the outside of him. If he just beat him, he would have been able to get the ball for Fafita. Just got his legs together there. Ewan Aitken, and it was a much needed tackle saver.
Warriors over halfway. Corey's passed up the line. 87 points for Greg Marju. For those of you who follow Supercoach, you've got him on your side. Make him your captain. And that was touched there. Warriors have the ball. And their opportunity. I still feel they're playing a little bit dirty that they had a try denied off them. Harris to Vita. Curran, they slow it down centre field with Penne.
Go now!
They've got plenty of tackles up their sleeve here. A four and a Katoa. Good back rower. Better than the missed tackle on Brimson earlier, that's for sure. Devanga, Taylor, switch to the point of the attack. Curran's got to grab a kick and chase. Very sharp work by Fafita to rope it in. Pretty sharp as well by Curran to put the kick on the toe.
Yeah, it was a nice touch by Curran and just as good by Fafita. Really interesting with Fafita. Last year he was struggling, his coach to get big minutes out, and he was coming off the bench for the tail end of the season. He was only sitting on the bench for the first 20 and coming on and playing 60 minutes. Last week, Rule committed 80 minutes. Today, it'll be interesting to see how many minutes gets out, but I want him to work hard defensively. We know he can carry the football, but work hard defensively.
He only started one of his last 8 games last year. Vita was in the starting side. Sexton's kick. Montoya with it. They've pretty much kicked it exclusively down the left side. Adam Pompey on the other side doesn't get a kick go his way today. He's had very few touches as a result. Now with Berry. Raps are very big on Rocco Berry. He's a stylish young player. Taylor. Now Pompey comes in for a run.
Love to see Ash Taylor take the line on a little bit more, a bit of a show and go, back himself.
Davida looking up there with Penne. The right mid free for a moment. That is play 4 done and dusted. Cross for Harris Davida. Out the back, the juggling, then stepping Walsh. Caught there by Jolliffe. Last play. They roll on down the short side. Tavanga's kick is deft. Oh, Maju. Well, he wanted to take it. It just never came up off the deck. Get a line drop out of it, the Warriors. This ball just rolled and rolled and rolled. Watch it again.
Yeah, 2 nice kicks, one from Tavanga and one from Curran. Now they're back rowers and a hooker. Getting a nice kick on, last tackle, shooting down the short side, taking the pressure off their halves and their fullback to get into that field position. Luxury for your team.
The 3 Rugby League amigos, and Asta, Ennis and Cronk to analyse this during the halftime show on Super Saturday on Fox League.
Big 5 minutes here for the Warriors. Got to get some points.
16-6. There is Curran. He's an improved player, Josh Curran. He's every bit a first grader right now. There's real quality in his work. Set restart. Ruck infringement against Jolliffe there. Taylor goes. Harris Davida leaks up with Aitken. Straightening up, but caught by the Titans captain. Tavanga at the dummy half. Egan's got one from there. Tavanga is denied. Good well to hang on to the ball though. Looking straight at the line. Cross with Taylor. Then Katoa. It's only the 3rd tackle. Cool heads needed here. Bit over 4 to go first half. Don't have to score every set. Taylor, Harris Davida, dummy now, links up with Walsh. Walsh sets it up. Montoya goes over. The Titans' right side defence had no answer once Walsh got involved there.
And Voss, we'll have a look at the replay, but there was really nothing on. It was man on man when they come over onto this left-hand side. But it's just the speed of Walsh. We watch there, gets really close there with it coming out of dummy half. A great tackle by Tino. Then they shift. Taylor comes out, throws a couple of dummies, plays out the back, and then all of a sudden he gets the ball and he just burns him on the outside, puts a question mark on the winger. Do I need to come in or do I stay out? And he plays short, the Gold Coast winger, and then they've got too much speed on the outside. He just hesitates. Have you got him? Have you not got him? And it's all over.
Yes, we've been full of praise for Marju today, but he had a decision to make there, and he's left his opposite with space. Montoya able to finish. 16 points to 10. 26 points now scored in the match. Might even, well, there's time before half-time for a few more.
Coach Nathan Brown would be so pleased with a 16-10, a 16-12 halftime scoreline. They haven't been that clinical when they have had the football in the opposition's 20, and they're definitely given them too many piggybacks out of their end. They've come up with some poor set ends, and to back it up, they've given some penalties away. So if they can just cut that out in the second half, the Warriors, and then jump on the back of their 2 front rowers who set the game on fire for the first 20, they're a chance in their second half.
16 games last year, Walsh kicked at 70%, just the 21 goals. I'd like to think he can go better than that. From suspension today, but he showed us a lot last year. 9 tries, 11 try assists. He doesn't turn 20 until July this year. So he gets some rhythm about him, doesn't he? And kick prep, and who's going to question it on the back of that conversion? Let's go to the goal-kicking ace, the former ace, Corey Parker. Nice for Walsh.
Oh, absolutely. What a player Reece Walsh is, and what a player he's going to be. And he's certainly their X factor. They come out to this left-hand side. Very, very passive defensive line from the Gold Coast Titans. By no means should the Warriors be able to get this far across to their main man, Reece Walsh. We know what he can do. Montoya untouched in the corner. And Reece Walsh, he's a local product, has grown up on the Gold Coast, certainly looking to perform, and he's doing a good job about it.
He is Reece Walsh. Just at the start of his rugby league journey. He's had some issues off field. But let's hope he's around for a long, long time. And it won't just be at this level we're watching him. Penne takes the run back. Some crunching defence. Jolliffe had it. I think Jolliffe got hit by his own teammate there. Three in the tackle, and Jolliffe came reeling out. Now Curran onto a thrower. Gee, Titans would be disappointed if they went to half-time trail. If the Warriors get another here for some of their bright work they've done in attack. A kick from inside the 40 here. Inside the 40 and takes a left-hand turn. Here come the Warriors. Well, let's go on Warriors is the chant. Harris Tavita with a 40-20.
And what smart play. Two real powerful carries. They kick on tackle 3. The Titans weren't in position to defend it. We should have had one back, and the far side winger on the other side or at midfield. A fantastic kick, and as you said, Bossy, a real big chance to go to half-time, either tied up or leading.
Well, both these sides have got some game in them. They've got some frustrations for their fan and coach. That pass was line ball. Harris Tavita to Aitken. Sexton infringes there. Ruck. Infringement for a set restart. Curran will go close. They'll do well to hang on. They're out for the count here, the Titans. Taylor passes. Katoa takes a run at them. There are hands on hips here. Look at Tino just beside the ruck. Last set, possibly before half-time. Fingertip control. Switch of play by Walsh. Now Curran. They look up at the clock. They can take a settler here. That is the third tackle. Just over 20 seconds remaining. Badiafoa. Oh, lovely little pass out the back. Now there's an overlap. Taylor sees the space, and Sami saves the day. Arthurs didn't get low enough to try and force it. And the Titans are waiting for the ding, ding, ding of the bell to end the half. Here it was. Taylor could see the space. And down lower than the man chasing. Sami saves the day. What an entertaining first half it's been. 5 tries scored. Half time. We're just checking here. Are they sure about what happened there in goal? They want to do a little review. Let's just see this. Did Sami not force the ball? It can only be what they're looking at here.
You talking, Ash?
Warriors kick chase is onside.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
He was quick to claim it that he'd forced it, Sami. He does lose it.
Just looking to see if there's a torso grounding from Philip Sami.
There you go. So Bobby gets through. This is certainly worth review.
It's not cut and dried, that's for sure. Really smart kick from Ash Taylor. He saw that Campbell was in the line and defending against him, so he just sneaks it in behind. A couple of seconds to go on the clock.
Well, I think the torso rule is one that should have been thrown. You shouldn't be able to score a try with a torso. You shouldn't be able to force the ball with your torso. That's not how we play the game. You know what? I think
To ground the ball, Philip Sami is required to ground it from the torso, which is above the hip.
The torso above the hip. I was asked, where does the torso finish round the side? That's why I think it's just
the ball lands on the thigh of Philip Sami. There's actually no grounding. It's play on at this stage.
This is unbelievable. And even, mind you,
the ball is grounded by the New Zealand Warrior.
He's rubbed the ball.
We have a decision.
Up the leg to score it. It's not even a clear put down by Pompey.
Well, Pompey didn't even claim it.
No,
he didn't even claim it.
So can you do that? Can you not claim a try and get it? Like you've got
like
to appeal for a wicket before a cricket. That's amazing. Nathan Brown, the half-time speech changes. No, it won't, but his team's... The team can be in front. Sami's asking, can I challenge a bunker decision to the High Court?
It was that offload. 4 in there, created some space. Taylor feels that he's got the half and the 5'8" chasing hard there and just gets a kick into their goal and just lets chance our arm with a couple of seconds left on the clock, and they come up trumps.
He's provided a real handful in the middle, hasn't he, Bunty Afoe? He comes up with a great offload there. He gave the pass to Harris Tavita, no try only moments ago early in that half, and they've come up with the most bizarre try-scoring action there from Pompey.
See, I think the put down from Pompey is really questionable. He's pushed it
against his own player.
He's pushed it. Has he got control? I reckon the Titans should be saying, can you review the review? Because have you really reviewed the actual put down? Does he have control of the ball, or does he just push it into his own teammate in front of him? That's one for Braithen Astor, Michael Ennis and Cooper Cronk for half-time. Have a look at the Pompey put-down. What a remarkable finish to the first half. Super Saturday, Fox League, plus drama. That's what we get. Walsh kicks, and unbelievably, the Warriors are in front. 6 tries scored. The Warriors after the 40th minute. Half-time, Warriors 18, Titans 16. 18-16. Where does the scoring end here? 34 points first half. I reckon we can get 80. I reckon we can average a point a minute.
I'm hoping for 50. I think we'll get 50 easy. Compared to a game I did last week,
Yes,
and the Cowboys. Tough day.
Second half underway. Titans down by 2 and have put way too much on the kick. It's easily cleared the dead ball line. Jaden Campbell. Well, wouldn't they like to go back and edit out the last few seconds of the first half and the opening second of the second?
Yeah, terrible start for the Titans. And this is, unfortunately, what you get from some young players when they come into the NRL is, yeah, they're flashy, yeah, they can play football, but it's a consistency that sometimes lacking in the concentration. Just look at that kick there.
Yes, what's happened here after half-time? See, that's a 65-66 metre kick.
And the kick for touch, Cooper Cronk and so on them, they're putting that on the 20-metre line, and this tackle's inside the 10.
Now Curran with it. Well, let's get back into the footy now. Titans scored inside the opening minute of play today. Some dazzling work from AJ Brimson to cut through now. The Warriors looking for a try in the opening minute.
Up now, Aaron!
That has been good since coming on. Harris Tavita will take a run at them. Swerve and stick. The defence looked lazy. They really stood back. Not moving off their line there. So Jazz Tavanga says, I'll have a little crack.
Last one!
Didn't quite get there.
Go.
Aitken back deep, a bit of space for the kick. Harris Tavita. This will come down in great range. The Warriors have made a meal of it. The two of them, Jesse Arthurs and Katoa, they are basically competing against each other for the ball. I think you'll see they've beaten the Titans all end up, and it's two Warriors that end up fighting for possession.
I think you're 100% right, Bossy. They've both got
Clear the Warriors
only
kick
for the
chasers
football.
onside. It's a contest for the ball.
Kelly drops way out of the frame. Arthurs has knocked that into Katoa. Now, you may say knocked back. I mean, it's...
No touch from Brian Kelly.
Well, these two are fighting for it.
There's a knock on there by the New Zealand Warriors over the try line. We have a decision.
Missed chance. Real missed chance. I mean, you can't be hard on them. That's heat of battle stuff. Contesting high ball.
Phillip, hang on.
it will go down as a missed opportunity. Corey Parker on the sideline, 18-16.
Yeah, Nathan Brown at half-time was really happy with the way that his team kept attacking the game. He just wants them to be a little bit more tighter indeed. Felt they were getting a little bit wide in their spaces as they give away a penalty. Now, as for Justin Holbrook, he reinforced on the way that they started the game. He wants them to get back to that and eliminate some dumb errors. And already in this second half, we saw the kick from Campbell, but put that aside, they're on a great attacking shape now.
Furrowed brow there. Jolliffe on the run.
Straight up, Aaron!
Just hold like the opening few minutes of the half. And Sexton, Campbell, Fafita, met by Harris Tavita as game as they come. The number 6 for the Warriors. Have no fear. Sexton. Some nice ball playing
Josh,
there
off the ball!
for Sul Malawi.
Go free.
Somebody wants to go again. There he is, Big Sam. 10 metres away from the line
Go,
for the Warrior. Clark with it. Goes short side. And Firma. Both Firma's got a offload in him. The miraculous guy. Look out for it. Clark, last tackle. It has kept going. Brimson to Sexton. Herbert running through. And then Marzu's there. Warriors get the ball but take it over the sideline.
Yeah, real tidy set, and then a lovely kick on the end of it, allowing his winger to get up and contest the ball. He has really good contact. That's a great contest.
Yeah, isn't that? That's terrific stuff, that. Going for the ball there. Fans on the edge of their seats there. Some up out of them. The bloody forward looked like he was going to steal it for play the ball. How would that work? Drop highway robbery there.
What's that trip, Josh?
5 metres away from the line. Titans. Clark. Jaden Jolliffe.
Aaron, don't work in.
He's the one who tried his first great career. Clark. Oh, goodness.
Ball's dead. Ball's dead. On the ground with his head.
His head went down. Everyone with the Titans jersey on the stadium, their heads went down.
I just get the feel with both of these teams,
Locks on, guys.
I know it's early rounds, but if they're going to play in semi-finals, which I think
Bunty.
both have got
Josh,
expectations, and I think both of them could sneak into the bottom end of the 8, but they have to defend their way to wins at different occasions during the year, and both of these sides haven't got a defensive DNA at the moment. Yeah, they can score points and compete against the best teams in that area.
Nice and tight.
Good teams.
Pull him in, pull him in.
On some
Shot
days,
clock off.
they're willing to put their shoulders to the grindstone and
Break.
just work and work and work.
Yeah, good training. You talk about consistency week to week, but these teams need to find consistency
Up
across
square,
80 minutes.
AJ.
They need consistent 80 minutes, not just worry about week to week. So they
Hold
play
here.
Ash Taylor
Here,
was the
hold.
first to
Hold.
celebrate the
That's
drop
it.
ball of Tino. We saw that. Peno on
Sam,
this
don't
run.
work.
10 games in his time with the Storm. Curran and Aitken.
No more, Toby.
Tavanga.
Say no now.
Curran on, still none the wiser after the analysis at half-time where the Pompey scored before the break. Tavanga, able to offload. Throw with it. Running freely. Little flick. The Towers onto it. Warriors of old there, and I mean going back early 2000s, that sort of attack. Forwards with skill. Last play, big shift, big spread of the ball. Walsh across, Rocco Berry. Gets it hard. Quickly goes and dies with the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Reece Walsh realised it was last tackle there. He tipped onto his centre. Not known for his kicking game, and Reece Walsh should have probably put the ball in the in goal. Got a repeat set for him, but now they've got to muscle up, which they are defensively, and not get the opposition to piggyback with a penalty coming out of trouble.
Aaron!
Come on, Aaron. Hard run.
Hold Bunty.
Pressure here, 3 tackles into the set, inside their 30. Warriors getting off their line here.
Aaron, let go! Go for Aaron! Aaron!
Better play for the moment for Sul Malawi.
Last one!
Last tackle. Need a decent kick here. Brimson didn't have much space to work with. Got it away. And Pompey very keen to throw the pass. So Walsh centre ground with it for the Warriors.
Jamin, Aaron, square.
All run meters at the moment next to the name of the Warriors as compared to the Titans on that seat.
Yeah, and that's way better from the Warriors. Just stay in the cycle at the moment. Complete the sets, kick into corners, and see if your opposition want to do the same thing.
Berry with another run. He certainly wasn't
Jamin now.
aware that it was the last tackle by the time it got across to him. There's another thing about attention to detail. Everyone needs to know that it's the last tackle. Curran, good metres there.
Move now, Sam. What a wait. Hold.
4 tackles up, 7 minutes into the second half. Penne, Harris to Vita and Aitken. Aitken's lost it. Is it helped out by the Titans? He doesn't get up complaining. The Titans, Campbell. Yes, that is the sideline in front of you, Jaden. What were the plates on there?
No, Judge goes there. Chanel.
Of course, shaking hands with a ball boy.
He's one of those players.
Bunty now, Josh.
It was a free play.
Hold.
It was a knock on by the Warriors, so
Bunty.
he's going to chance his arm and see if he can get something from that 0 play.
Yeah, double change coming here for Justin Holbrook. Will Smith goes on to one of the fielders. Terrific last week in the halves, and Kevin Proctor.
Their most experienced man, Kevin Proctor.
Up square, Ewan.
Josh
Josh, go through. Come on, Josh.
So Will Smith in a dummy half roll. There is Kelly, kept it alive. Smith into the game, over the shoulder of Proctor. Play on for Lasone.
Back it up, Aaron.
Today, 277th game of his career. Sexton, his kick with weights. Walsh, no chances. Warriors have possession.
Stand square. Hold.
The points have stopped. 8 minutes into the second half. Quite an absorbing contest right now.
Trust me, they'll come.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's relief. Only temporary, according
Stand now, Sam. Wait.
Flanagan here on Fox
Wait,
League.
Sam.
Tavanga, a fire. He's popped it down low.
Off the arm.
Lasome over the top. This time turning right. Penne back behind the markers.
Last one, Jamin.
Last play. Hard working set again from the Warriors to get themselves off their own goal line.
Jazz.
From Harris to Vita. Down to Greg Marsview.
Stand with it now.
Beckons, if he gets a chance in the second half, up the other end. Now for Patrick Herbert. Offload for Campbell.
Release the legs.
Defenders in front of him there. Smith keeps them rolling forward. Sami.
Watch it, don't read him.
High energy there on that one. He wants to win this game.
Yeah. Well, I think the Warriors at the moment, 10 minutes in, they've been in the arm wrestle of the longest. The Titans have had 2 errors so far, where the Warriors have only had 1. But the Warriors have been willing to get to the end of the set. There's only a knock-on by Ewan Aiken at the back end of the set. This made, let me say, a perfect record for this second half. But stay in the fight, the Warriors, kick into corners, and then you come up with things like that, a knock-on from dummy half that gives you field position. But you've got to be willing and you've got to be patient.
It's a real challenge, isn't it? When you're 10 minutes into this second half, you feel as though you should probably have some points, but the mindset for both these sides is get into the long game. We spoke about it in that first half. Have your mindset to get into the long game, be patient, have the willingness to build some pressure, and off the back of that, the points will flow, as you mentioned, Flano. But at the moment, both teams going error for error.
Wind in, seconds. Dave, thank you.
The troops there.
Hold in!
The fan will come up after Super Saturday tonight. As Walsh then. That's about the 3rd time in the game he's had a big juggle. The fan tonight, we play the Premier's quiz. And first up will be Sean Johnson and Cody Nikarima. We also talk about the mullet and other players have to say about the mullet of Josh Papali'i, among other things. We cover all stories on the fan. So the lower pick after Super Saturday tonight. Good fun. Controversy.
Premiership quiz, bossy.
You're going to name all the premiers going backwards from last year. As there is Egan.
Let go now, Will Hill.
Last team. They have to work as a team. As he is Harris together. Inside for Curran. He's only a very polished finished game, Chanel Harris to do it today.
Last one.
Kicking general play, defence. It's all on point. Aitken tries to crash over. That's the last tackle. That's a little soft.
Tackle is complete.
Well,
Wait.
does Aitken know that it was the last tackle?
Whoa, back.
He's saying he was stripped of the ball in the last.
Hold
He
it.
said, well, I already called it hell.
Well, Wade Egan's been really
Just go
smart at
wide.
dummy half, made a nice break in the first half, and he's tested him time and time again, but that occasion he made the wrong decision to go to the short side and hit Ewan Aitken with a crash ball where he should have found one of his halves or his fullback on that tackle 5.
So lost their way, a little bit of offloading inside their own 20 there.
Stand down. Hold.
I'm pretty sure Holt will just want something to go with a hook like this.
Wait now.
Let's not muck around in this set. Heaps of time to try and win this game, 28 to go. Great run again from Sami. He's done a few of them in the second half. He's
Last
more meters than
one.
any of their forwards at the moment.
No late.
Smith back to Sexton. The kick from inside the 40. Long. Nash has it covered.
110.
Off for Pompey to bring it back.
Yeah, Philip Sami, 11 runs for 96
What's that
metres.
stand?
Him and his other winger partner, Marju, 12 runs for 148 metres. They're number 2 and 3. At the moment, with both of them all leading the race at the moment with 88 run metres.
Walsh caught in the tackle of Jolliffe. Well, he just creep into the Titans half again, just about. Heading for the first points of the second half. Controversial try, right on the break. Gave the Warriors the lead, a forward through the centre. I think they fancy themselves right up the centre here. The Warriors running back around the markers. Taylor's kick, he's got it to the in-goal. Campbell can do no more here. Another line drop out for the Titans. Good control, Ash Taylor.
Been smart with his short kicking game. He had one in the first half that he just put through and got a repeat set. And on this occasion, goes to the line. Titans not coming forward whatsoever, just standing and waiting for the opposition to come to him, which allowed Taylor to size up what hole he wanted to kick through, get the right weight on it, and get a set.
You're spot on, Vossi. Just look for the little brilliance of Reece Walsh through that middle third. You just start to see that's an enormous kick. Just starting to see a little bit of space in and around the ruck. Obviously, with your starting front row and Tino, Fasul, Malawin, Fodawaker and the likes, you're starting to look at your reserve players and Jolliffe and also Kev Proctor starting to fatigue a little bit.
So Bunga meters made here for
No
the
more,
Warriors.
Jamin.
2 points is their biggest lead of the game. Double-digit deficit again. Walsh in for Aitken.
Toby, let him up.
Sexton, the defender, they'll attack left. Harris to Vega, Walsh, alarm bells ringing. Doesn't get the kick through. The Field's there and the kick was covered up by Marju. Titans have got the ball back. Just out from their own goal line yet again, and a penalty conceded by the Warriors. And is that for offside on the short side?
That's the third or fourth time they've done that. You know, turn the ball over in reasonable field position. I'm not sure about that kick on tackle 3 there from Reece Walsh. He's so dangerous. When he comes out the back of sweep plays, he actually gets on the outside of his man and just makes that question mark, puts a question mark in the defenders. Have you got him from the inside or have you not? And just gets them backpedaling. On that occasion, put a kick in on tackle 3, didn't come off, and then they back it up with a penalty.
And that replay showed really lazy by the defenders close to the ruck. It wasn't as if they were sprinting off the line. They just didn't bother to get back onside. Oh, Kelly runs in. Was there shoulder? What about that? From Adam Pompey. That's worthy of a look back. That's a flashback. Winger coming in. Adam Pompey, is he in any drama? Spectacular, that's for sure. You watch it here. Puts the head down. Titans now, offload, and Will Smith is 30 metres from the Warriors line, looking to regain the lead. Sexton, Campbell, 2 defenders. It was wedged between them there. Last tackle for Fida finds himself a dummy half. Sexton's kick off the boot. Gets it to the in-goal. Brimson lurking. Arthurs says it's our turn for a long dropout.
A lovely kick, fair way out, which is hard to judge. You've got to put a bit on it to get it into that in goal, but a beautiful bounce once it hits that front line, bounces up into the Warriors player, and he has no choice just to get it over the in goal. Now the Titans get their turn to turn the screws on the Warriors on try line defence.
Before the clock race.
On the shot clock here.
Time out.
He's got an eye on it. Just gets there. Walsh, he wanted all of that time to recuperate there between sets. Josh gets wound up. Play one. 31 metres from the Warriors line. The scoring, quite incredibly, has stopped. 17 minutes into the second half. We'll be due a drinks break as well shortly.
Together and square.
We had a try right on the drinks break in the first half. Now Sexton. Handle. Brimson. Ball to Sami. The touch of AJ Brimson. Sensational. Sami has his third try this season. The Titans are back in front.
Well, Andrew, they made it look easy, actually. It was a beautiful try. They had it well constructed, everyone in position, everyone on time. I thought it was just going to be block to block. But once again, Campbell out the back. And just a beautiful pass. That's all it is. A beautiful pass across the face of his centre, out the front of his winger, and the cover across the back just wasn't good enough. They were way too short, the Warriors, defending inside that 20-metre tram line, the winger, when you can't do. If we had another shot at it, Ash Taylor gets caught up on the lead runner. Sweep for sweep. It's not a great play, but obviously the pass made it then.
Try confirmed, so no dramas with the run of Firma. Defensive error on the Warriors' behalf there. And Sami, who got a try double against the Eels, is inconvenienced after scoring. He's been really focused this second half. He's been leading the way for the team, bringing great energy to them. Origin player a couple of years ago, Philip Sami.
And when he got picked for Origin, I thought it might have just been a little step too far for him, but he's outstanding in those games, and he comes back to clubland, which you want your Origin players to do, and just take your game to another level. And he's been consistent week in, week out, and it just shows he's good at carrying the football in yardage, and he can definitely finish.
He had a moment, and it sticks in your head when you call incredible moments. 2018, and it's going back 4 years, where he did the Tuivasa-Sheck on Tuivasa-Sheck. Remember that? Made a break and stepped Roger in classic Roger Tuivasa-Sheck style. Titans, Warriors. It was quite a moment for a young Philip Sami. So now Sexton, 20 to 18. Oh, not his best. He should get that one from the left side of the post. Well, as was the case in the first half, try around a drinks break. We've got another one here. Let's go back. If you're just joining us late on Super Saturday, you've been out and about. Let's have a look at the tries scored on what's been an entertaining afternoon.
And the first one, played out the back. The winger was on the 20-metre tram. There was too much space on the outside and a beautiful pass to the winger. All he had to do was put it down.
I understand unofficially that when you are appointed Warriors coach, you get handed a seatbelt as well. It comes with a job. So
you don't jump up.
that's it. You get buckled into a seatbelt in the coach's box as you watch the games. The ups. Oh, now have a look. Justin Holbrook said, "Can I borrow your seatbelt?" He's watched an error from Jamin Jolliffe. The Warriors 10 metres away from the line. Tavanga. Corey Parker at the end of this set. It might be on the end of points. Oh, Joseph.
You went forward too, Jace.
Now spin around. Then for Curran. And on for Sirinen. Bailey Sirinen. Jumper 17 for the Warriors. They've now used all 4 of their bench players. And there's Harris Tavita for Aitken.
Toby, don't work.
Capable of running a very good line. Egan. Fanua Blake. And a lot of time off. Then Curran.
Let go now, Bo.
Titans. How badly do they want it? Can they defend this set? Taylor. Caught.
Last one.
Hasn't been the best by the Warriors, it has to be said. Now a stab, and Campbell too good for them. Got it high. So the kick from Egan, no good. Campbell with a touch of magic. And he gets them to make a high tackle on him to stop him.
We got caught in the first half, dummy half, standing on the try line, Jaden Campbell, and they ran straight over him, pushed over the top of him. But this is what he can do. Got a great skill set. He gathers that loose ball, saves the day for his team, and then earns them a penalty.
I'll defend the Warriors. They don't have anything much in the length of high. I would have let it go, but it's a bit of his old man in that, what Jaden Campbell did. He knew what was going on. Yeah, under control. Liu, Sexton, Fafita. He can beat a man. He beat his own teammate there. Bounced off the back of Sexton. I don't know whether I've seen the Titans deliver much quality ball to Fafita last week or this week. They had one big run last week against Parramatta, but I don't think anything's really been put on a plate for Fafita at all. Early ball or size him up against an opponent.
Andrew, I think last year they actually went to him too often. So they've got some really strike weapons in their team. They don't always have to go to him.
Linton, offline, another intercept. Goes Warriors way.
10 metres!
His old teammate, the Ash Taylor, might have called it.
I think there's a fair chance of that. Taylor ended up with it. Corey Parker, we can go to you on the sideline. How do you make this out with 18 to go?
Yeah, well, it seems to be about a bit of a carbon copy of that first half. The teams were going set for set and tit for tat. But there's an interesting storyline going on the sideline. We saw Matt Lodge when he left the field in that first half. Conditions were quite warm, and he threw up his breakfast, lunch, whatever which one you want to call it. And I've got a word from the Warriors bench who have said that he is overheated and he might be back. But if I was a betting man, I was getting the feeling that he won't be back. I can't see him on the bench for the Warriors, so they may be down without Matt Lodge, the starting front rower.
And the high kick from Harris to Vida has bounced anywhere. Play on is the call. Oh, for Fergus is Campbell. You go.
You will move!
Potato stuff. Heat. Overheated. Heat exhaustion. First game of the year for Matt Lodge.
Let go!
Now, Will Smith and Sutton. He's the man. He is the man of the second half of the Titans.
He has been known to run a little bit hot at times, but overheated is certainly another level.
Wait, move! Adam!
Kelly to play it here. Ooh, was that touch it, Rory?
Outside.
He's put his hand on the ball there when it was played. And he reached out. Walsh has got it. He dives for the ground. Classic example of voluntary tackle.
Stand down!
A great kick and a great chase. 40 metres out, put in that bottom corner. See if the opposition will roll up their sleeves and come out. There's only 5 or 6 Warriors players behind the ball. Their middle forward still not back yet.
Yeah, this is the Titans to own this set. They're going to jump out of the line and try and force a mistake from a walking runner. Something absolutely walking.
Let go!
Egan wants a runner on play 4. Fanua Blake's ready to do it. He does well. Oh, going to get the
Last
offload.
one!
Away from their own line. Egan. Harris to Vida. Last tackle. Finds a gap between wing and fullback. That's a great kick. Now, really tough set. Then puts huge kick in. They muster the energy for the chase. And they trap Campbell 15 out from his own line.
They're two perfect sets for each team. The Titans did exactly the same thing the set before, put it down into the bottom corner. Look at this set now. Hardly any of the Titans players behind the football. Another great carry by someone.
Dave Fafita has gone off the field and back play. Dave Fafita's been replaced by Tino Fa'asul Malawi.
15 and a half to go. A little stick, come back for the last championship minutes, if you like, with the game in the balance. Firmer with the ball here for the Titans. I hope for Toby Sexton's sake, the missed conversion. That is a chance down off the head of Curran. Curran with a touch of the kick-outs has come up with the ball. Massive play, Josh Curran. And away they go, the Warriors. Egan, they might score on this play. Rocco Berry, past Herbert, steps inside Fodawaker. Or Liu it was. Sexton makes the tackle. Egan for Walsh. Settle it down. 3 tackles into the set. Trailing by 2. Egan to Vanga. Maybe a little too basic on play number 4. They've allowed the Titans to regroup. Egan. And Walsh got a ball. Was that left back? That was a forward from Berry. He knew there was a chance that he's perhaps more pace, less speed.
He's such a competitor, Josh Curran. He gets there on kick pressure, and then he goes toe-to-toe with their fullback, and he gets the football. Then we needed the outside backs to get the football, but they didn't get it on the first occasion. Then Walsh comes down here. I think the pass could have been caught.
You really got a feel for Josh Curran there. You talk about 1%ers. He's a man that does absolutely everything right. He competes on every play, comes up with a massive play for his team, yet they fail to execute. They take 3 and 4 set tackles after that, and they come up with an error. They needed more from their X-factor. They needed Walsh. They needed Taylor on the ball. They needed Egan going at them. They were in 6s and 7s, the Gold Coast Titans, a real let-off.
Yeah, great observation, Corey. And pretty sure Curran, he would have been in contention for your Supercoach side as well. He's up really good numbers these days. 27 tackles today, a dozen hit-ups as well.
Yeah, Corey's right. And then you get into the hands of Harris Tavita, Walsh after that play, and unfortunately went through the edge back rolls and ended up in the centre's hands, and his winger was back in field.
Nailed by that last weekend for the Titans. They've got another one here. They don't want to end up on the wrong side of the ledger though again. Got the way to the front and only conceded penalty goals in the second half against Parramatta. This kick from Sexton, high but safely taken. And another set. Most of the sets have started deep, opposite ends in the second half. There's been a lot of work to be done, and on a warm day, 13 minutes to go, you might see maybe a drop ball that decides this game. And that'll be fatigue, the reason. Aitken with it.
And we just see in back play that, even their hooker's still not into position from kick chase, and they've just got to stay in the arm rest. Both sides just keep turning them around, make them go back and start their set, make their middle forwards run 40 metres backwards to get behind the football, and just wait for that error and wait for field position.
Right up over the advantage line. Play on with the call. Into the 30. He's popped one across the bush, I reckon, there, Walsh. Walsh stayed down.
We saw last night in the Dragons game, O'Sullivan, copped a hit from Sewer and stayed down, and he had to go off. I don't think it'll be in this case, but he gets clipped around the head.
It's contact. It's a desperate front rower come back and cover. There's no doubt his first contact is the head, is the face.
See, ones like that for me are just part of the game. Yeah, we don't want to have contact with the head. Penalty sufficient, let's get on with it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got no doubt that's what Reece Walsh is paying for here, is a penalty for Fodawaker, just trying to bring down a much faster man. And if he does so, you'd think that they'd go for the 2 and try and equalise this game.
Yeah, go for 20 all. this coaching capable. What we've seen from Brown and Holbrook today. Even Bellamy in his 500th the other night, he was having a ball. I mean, after the deeds of Latrell Mitchell, any game that's 2 points the difference going into the last 12 now, it's embedded in our thoughts. 2-point field goal from someone who can kick one. They're not even going to go penalty here, so they're saying it's not worthy of a charge, so therefore no penalty.
Yeah, that's correct. He gets him in the hand. I think it's a penalty. Should still be a penalty, but not a charge.
And that's ironic. The Isaac Lee who goes off, so a player in a different capacity has ended up with blood from the nose, not Reece Walsh. Last tackle, they set for Harris to Vita. Down Marju's wing, he hasn't got it. It's come back favourably for Will Smith. He's headed in goal though, Will. There's defenders everywhere, there's attackers everywhere. Will Smith is pickled with the sandwich there.
I didn't think so.
He had about 6 players on him, 3 of his own and 3 of his opponents.
He tried to get down real quickly, but the Warriors players got to him too quickly, got underneath him. And that's a great result for the Warriors.
20 plays 18. Two sides without a victory from round number 1. So a little bit desperate going to the last minutes of this game. And the first run back for Adam Fanua-Blake. But even if the Warriors scored here, the game is far from being put to bed. You know, you're not riding off the Titans at all. Jazz Tabunga on the run.
This one will be decided in the last 5 minutes.
Okay, call to Shane Flanagan here on Fox League. We go left, Harris to Vita, there for Katoa. Very straight for Silmalawi, had him. Saving Clark. Egan's already going to try today. Left, Harris to Vita, Walsh. Flying the ground by needed to be a good tackle and was. Doesn't get a good play the ball, Reece Walsh. Berry dummy half. Long and deep for Harris to Vita. Egan, Taylor, thought about the kick, pass for Arthurs. Arthurs flick got put down by Poppy. Look, it wasn't perfect, but probably should have been taken. Certainly should have been executed by the Warriors, but even then I think the pass should have been taken.
Yeah, it was a nice play. Ash Taylor gets the ball off, gets to the outside of his man. It's a tough one there, Bossy. The thick pass just needed to be going at that speed. No, I'm with you. Probably should have enough.
He had enough on it. And it's not like he was absolutely flying. Had a Pompey. Another missed chance in this game. Seatbelts on both coaches.
No piggybacks out. The Warriors need to make sure they're disciplined here and make them kick out of their end.
Stand square away!
The talk of the rules, better success. Yeah, massive success. Better be one. Set restart. Oh, Egan with his own challenge. Oh, he is. Wants to challenge something.
Tackle 2, mate. Warriors challenging on-field decision of a strip.
All right.
On my first look at it, I think Wade Egan, the tackle was completed.
Just looking at whether Bailey Siranen strips the ball out.
Yes, well, this is the thing. The referee may have pinged. You know, it may be a case of where Egan believes, no, you're pinging me. I didn't do it, but the video.
There's good possession there from the Titans.
I think this might go to insufficient evidence.
And maintain the challenge, or they can make a determination on that. To me, look like a little loose carry, and then it is knocked out. But had he lost it in the first instance here?
It's a big call either way with 9:28 left on the clock. coming out of trouble, an error.
Based on the camera angles available, we're supporting the on-field decision. The challenge is inconclusive.
I disagree. I totally disagree. I think
Retain your challenge.
there's evidence there that he lost the ball before Siren knocked it back. The ball was lost by the Titans on the way down.
I think the end-on showed that.
Yeah,
the one from the rear showed that he lost the ball before, and then Siren actually touches the football.
I disagree with that one. I think Warriors are done by on that occasion. 9 minutes to go in this one, 20 to 18. What you thought at home? Warriors fans, Titans fans cheering. Fodawaker with it. Warriors not well, at least they get to keep the challenge if it comes into play in the last 9. Sexton with the ball. Brimson cut away from Taylor. It's close. Great tackle. Clark with Fodawaker. He had 6 tries in the first half. Then things come to a shuddering halt. Just the one since the break. And Will Smith kept it going there for Firma.
Last one, Mark Square!
Let's play this time for the Titans. Brimson. Sexton. Kick, which is long. Sami getting through. Walsh lost it. Yes, it will be a Titans ball, but Sami almost gathered it in to score.
He had good protection from his winger and his centre, but he's gone a little bit too early on the jump. Phil Sami just needed a bounce.
Come to me, bro.
On the line,
Alrighty. Got very big on him there, Reece Walsh, high up on the shoulder.
try line.
Biggest set of the match coming up right here, right now. Fanua Blake, bit of gamesmanship. Now we will have the restart on the 10. With the Titans up by 2. Fasua Malawi with the ball. Which are off the top of the coverage. They're not flash at home. They won 3 of their past 8, the Titans. Can they get home here? Fodawaker, Sexton, Campbell, beautiful move. Got past Berry the first time. Aiken there, set restart. Second tackle from Aiken. Here's Fodawaker. They don't have to score on this ruck. Wild pass from Smith. Cool heats needed here for the Titans. Kelly
Go now,
to
Jesse!
Sami, Brimson, Will Smith playing as a middle forward here. Driving defence from the Warriors.
Let go now, not on in!
Who is that cool head within the
Go
Gold
to
Coast
Bailey,
team?
Bailey!
That's a fair question at this point. Clark. Now Sexton, Campbell, skip around. Got him past Harris to
Okay,
that
let go!
time. Mary gets some redemption. Clark with the ball. Sexton, 15 out, kicks on play 4. Taylor takes it dead. Brimson sprinting through and it's cramped up. AJ Brimson.
Maybe it is AJ Brimson that needs to be that level-headed, calm, ball-playing half. He's played Origin. He's probably the most experienced player out there at the moment. He needs to be the voice within that team to make sure they're all on the same page in this last 6 minutes. What's the objective? What are we trying to achieve?
Got a pretty good kick for a kid in his 6th game of first grade. Now the short drop out, batted back a second time. And Curran ends up with it. Well done, Warriors. Double back.
Release, Aaron!
If there is such a thing. And they are right in the contest with 6 to go. That's 6 minutes to go.
Stand down! Hold!
Walsh wiped out
Hold!
there by Proctor.
Go to, no, Mo!
Now Blake. They're into the Titans half. Did I tell you about the Latrell Mitchell field goal, the 2-point field goal? Is there someone thinking about that in the Warriors? Will they leave it right to the death?
Not sure if they've got someone that could kick it from 45 out.
Well, they've still got a change up their sleeve. Katoa, ball lost. Straight away tells his captain.
They retained it.
I've hung on to
Ash.
it, but didn't make contact
Tackle
with the
4,
time, but
mate.
it bobbled. Another stoppage.
Warriors challenging, loses the ball into a defender.
Discussion for another time. I'm still not a fan of that challenge. See, I don't like this. Is basketball to me. The stop-start, we get into the last...
At the moment, Eli Katoa has possession of the ball.
The flow of the game is gone. Here we go, another tight replay.
No intent to strip, and the ball is lost onto the chest of Bo Firma. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Takes that fatigue and gladiatorial factor. We want the game to be faster, and we've made some rule changes to make the game faster. But then sometimes we throw in one like the captain's challenge and slows it down.
Say again, mate.
But we do get a lot of decisions right. That's exactly what we want.
I understand that. And there'll be blow-ups if you miss those, but can I say this? I like the mistake more than the stoppage. I can live with a mistake more than the stoppages. But anyway,
quality of the TV coverage that we can get so close to those errors. We wouldn't have picked them up.
The Fox League cameras, there's none better than our crew. Here's Herbert with the ball. So still the margin is 2 with 5 minutes to go. Clark with the ball now for Proctor.
Josh, off the ball!
It would have been a little safer if Sexton had got the last conversion and led by 4. He's passing there to Firma.
Move, Jesse!
Do the Titans get Fafita back on? They need to score points, and he's definitely got points in him.
Yeah. There. Here's Clark. Cross to Smith. He's had the ball stripped away. So play on. Fasil Malawi with the ball. Good footwork, Big Tino. 20 from the line. Taylor has thrown away there. He's in the ruck. Brimson to Fodawaker. A whole set to work with the Titans. Calling for Brimson to own it. Will he be the one here? Clark there for Smith. Outright was Sexton. Herbert. Defenders got up. Harris Davida was first in. Clark again. Smith. Fasil Malawi with it. Again, some nice running. Wants the quick play the ball. Second attempt for the quick play ball. Neither time did he get to his feet fully. Fodawaker to Sexton. Dummy from Sexton. Offload. Brimson's with it. Brimson step and smothered by the defence of Arthurs. Play 4. Inside the final 4. 2 the difference. Clark to Smith. Settles it down in front of the posts. They get points. Can they get the repeat set again? And then Clark. Oh, Firma, that looked forward. Firma to Kelly was forward. Seatbelts are locked in by the respective coaches.
Definitely inside that last 5-minute period. The next points are crucial for both teams, obviously. When the Gold Coast come to this left-hand side, they've got Brimson with some speed and obviously skill set. When they go to the other side, they need Fafita back on there at the moment. 3 minutes to go. I wouldn't worry about if you've got one sub and you're keeping up your sleeve for an injury. Get him back out there.
3 minutes on the clock now. Warriors at the wrong end as far as they are concerned. They're inside their 20. Harris Davida out on that left edge. Halfway through this set.
Tino release!
Again, do they get inside the half and go the big play, the 2-point field goal? Taylor goes long. Arthur's nice step. He's got them inside the half now. That'll be a story. Taylor nails the long one. 45 minutes out. He shovels along to Harris Davida. They use the width here. Walsh out to Rocco Berry. Little kick through. Did he cop interference? Play on the Titans. Marju comes back.
Release!
I'm not sure whether that was the right player to get that kick in there. Tackle 4. They hand it off to the centre. He gets on the outside of his man and then comes up with a late kick just a couple of metres in behind the try line.
The grubber, a little grubber kick out left centre was the play within the 2-point field goal. May as well have been attempted.
They'll get one more set, the Warriors.
Firma with the ball. Inside the final 2, 20 to 18. Clark, Fodawaker. Going to offload at this point.
He's been fantastic.
Just the one try, second half. Sexton wants repeat set. Warriors have got it only just. All right, how good are they? 80 seconds on the clock. They are 3 metres out from their own line. There doesn't appear to be a lot of energy to run back. There'll have to be something off the top shelf to break through from here. They go wide. Arthurs. Brilliant tackle from Kelly. That's the third tackle. One closer to victory for the Titans at home. Egan with the ball. Doesn't get through the line. He's another who's tried very hard today. Current for Fanua Blake. He needs support. There's an offload. Katoa with it. He's shut down at the 40-metre line. Fanua Blake is hurt for the Warriors. Egan to Harris to Vita. Out to Rocco Berry. He's reluctant to put in the grub again. This time he had to do something. And he's caught in possession. It is hard to put old heads on young shoulders. Some of the decision-making from the Titans or from the Warriors in their second half has baffled their fans.
Yeah, exactly, Bossy. That's it there. The Warriors needed probably one of their most dynamic ball running and exciting plays in Reece Walsh to get his hand on the football, and it just went away from him. He gave directions out the back, but he didn't touch the ball that set. Needed to get his hands on the ball 2 or 3 times. Off the back of this offload, it needed to be Reece Walsh. He needed to get the football. Harris to Vita, go to the line. They needed to put something on that set.
The pain that Fanua Blake was in, it wasn't on the impact of the tackle, it was after he fell. In the hands of the trainer, Titans can play out time now. Don't need to do anything there. For Malawi with the ball, well, they had a closely run contest last week, the Titans, against Parramatta. They may feel that was one that got away from them. Today they've scored the only points in the second half. And it'll be good enough to beat the Warriors. One of the finalists of last year have opened their account in 2022. The Gold Coast Titans with a win at home over the Warriors. With a game that had a lot of twists and turns. An unhappy day for Nathan Brown and his team. Full time. Titans 20, Warriors 18.